Hai, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Muhammad Naim bin Abdul Halim. Nombor matrik saya 2020 25 3662. So today saya akan presentation about introduction to human resource management in public sector, introduction to public personal administration. So Assalamualaikum to lecturer Madam Rafiza binti Muhammad Nur. So my group assignment is extracurricular activities in the public sector. So this is my slide. I will go through the introduction. So this is my introduction. Extracurricular is meant in Latin for with favor and is most often used in a legal context when something has been done extracurricular. It has been done voluntarily out of kindness or grace. In law, an extracurricular payment is a payment made without the giver recognizing any legal liability or obligation. So this is about introduction. So the next is law debts of passengers. So this is law debt passengers. Payment to the cases estates in the event of the death of a customer who has submitted a claims for an extracurricular payments because of governance and it's decided that payment is a priority. Then payment should be issued to the these cases persons estates. In Malaysia, there are two types of extracurricular schematic that have been introduced by the federal government that have certain eligibility equipment for civil servants who are eligibly to receive it. So the next is request details of executors legal representative. So this is request details of executor legal representative. The executor appraises should request detail from the next of kin of the name of the executor and legal representative if authority dealing with these cases person's estates. The next of kin may not be the beneficiary of the estates and therefore it will not be appropriate to make payment automatically to them. So the next of kin claims. So if the of kin sorry if the kin of kin submit a claim for compensation because he or she has suffered actual financial loss and that loss of occurred because he or she happy to support the cases person, then redress should be offered in respect of the actual financial loss to the next of kin. So the next is digital and structure schematics. The digital and structure schematic for federal public service officers was introduced on 20 October 1994 through Cellular number 13 of 1994 through Treasury Cellular number 13 of 1994. WP 6.2 secondly is this schematic has been improved from 1 January 2021 through Treasury Cellular number 7 of 2001. WP 6.3 in term of type of benefits increase in type of injuries and occupational diseases recognizes as occupational accidents. Thirdly is schematic coverage cover works accidents resulting in death of permanent disability only. For the schematic is also extended to contract and temporary as well as permanent members. This is about digital agriculture schematics. So the next is digital agriculture schematics. Number one, period starting with the journey on the usual routes from the place of residence to the place of duty until returning to the place of residences. Returning to the place of duty to the place of residence at approved meal times. Number two, place of this duty and place of duty as directed by he head of department. Number three, matters related to the duties of the department including attend directs or authorizes processes. The next is work accidents means. Accident injuries, sorry. Number one, accident injuries that occurs out of control while performing official duties that results in permanent disability or death and do not include temporary disability. Number two, an occupational diseases which due to the nature of his duties causes himself exposures. Number three, accidents, injuries resulting in all that caused by evil elements that occurs at any time as a result of action while performing official duties such as being splashed with acid, poisonous, killed, and so on. So this is a work accident means. So any injuries or any accidents that they can get claims with their company. So this will get more advantage if the time they're working with at the time office hours. So the next is as great as greater debt schematics. Number one, the as greater debt is a government grant to dependents of civil servants who die in service with a period of service of less than 20 years or 240 months. However, this debt as greater is not granted to cases of conformist civil servants deaths as a result of suicide. Number two, the implementation of ex gratia is effective on 1 January 2020 based on Service Cellular number 11 of 2019. This means the death of a civil servant that occurs on 1 January 2020 and thereafter will be eligible to be rated as greater debts. Number three, that ex gratia will be given to civil servant either with temporary or permanent status who chooses the patient's schematics or the employers for proceedings from the schematic EPF. So any company having EPF, so that EPF can cover any any problem. Like example, if someone get accident, after that he transfer to the private hospital, so EPF will be cover all the bill utility for the fractures. So the next is the principle of this giving is to help eases the burden of access dependence, especially for the expenses and educations of children and the duty needs of its parents. So this is about the principle of this giving is help easy the burdens of such dependence. So so they don't need to spend their money, for going to pay bill utility for their for bill utility at the hospital. So the next is as gratia payment in insurance. This is as gratia payment in insurance. In a policyholder of insurance suffers from from an injury caused by a reason's coverage under the insurance policies, the policyholders could make a claim to the insurance company life and health insurance. Insurance, life and health and L&H. Insurance are companies that provide coverage on the risk of loss of life and medical expenses incurred from illness or injuries. The customer, the processes of the insurance policies pays an insurance premium for the coverage. The company subject to it is legal obligation must compensate the policyholders. So this is about as gratia payment in insurance. So this is insurance when they work at any company, so they get more advantage without this insurance. So the next is Example picture for all families passengers get effects in crashes MH370. So this is example picture for weekend taking. Like example before this we lost the MH370. So they will get the claim from the company, and then they can they can get the money for they lost their family. So the next is this is provide this is people losing their family. So this is about provide to their family lost the family. So they write they do, they're doing the drawing the MH370 for the provoke about this lost their family. So the next is this time all people doing campaigns missing their family MH370. So government prime minister like example prime ministers, Wikipedia, media social, and more than that. So it try doing provoke and helping the family for find the family at that time. So this is just for me. So the lastly is references. Sorry, the lastly is conclusion. So in my opinion, this guardrail for is if someone accidents or others, they can get cover from any insurance, and the company can cover for themselves or their family. For example, if the injuries company will cover overall bill utility for their bill hospitality. Others, they can get money from the company if their family die. For example, NH370 they lost their family and they get covered from company flight. So that's it from me. And lastly is references. This is about my reference. So number one, Wikipedia contributors Escritura Wikipedia the free Encyclopedia August 17th 2007 143 UTC available at HTT can doing more research is in Wikipedia like example HTTP and Wikipedia org. So index PHP title etc and all did um, 151729785 accesses January 3 2008. So secondly this is my next references. The Treasurer's Government of Malaysia Perkeliling Penderhargaan Bill 13 tahun 1994 skim bayaran pampasan ekskreta bagi pegawai kerajaan di bawah skim kumpulan wang simpanan pekerja dan pegawai berpencen yang ditimpa kemalangan atau kecederaan termasuk yang terananya anasasil jahat semasa menjalankan tugas rasmi. Treasury Cellulars number 13 1994. So this is more than that. Can bring more research in these references. Okay, just is for me. Thank you to my lecturer and this is my group assignment. So I hope I can this give benefit to us uh, about insurance, and we can use that insurance for for the next generation and give more advantage to your family. Just say it for me. Assalamualaikum. Madam Rafiza binti Muhammad. No.